think there are four things that put people off the doctrine of definite atonement. The first is inaccurate definitions. J.C. Ryle said that the absence of accurate definitions is the very life of religious controversy. And I think often people reject definite atonement or shy away from it because they haven't heard it properly defined, they don't understand it, or they think if they believe in it, then they have to reject a whole bunch of other doctrines like God's common grace, his love for the non-elect, his salvific stance to the world, etc. So I think if the doctrine is properly defined, accurately defined, then people wouldn't be as put off by it. A related issue is unfortunate terminology. So historically, definite atonement has been known as limited atonement. And I think that is particularly unfortunate, that adjective, because in redemptive history we've been waiting for an atonement for Jew and Gentile, and now here it is in the death of Christ and someone's trying to limit it. I mean, are you serious? And so I think the terminology can be unfortunate, and that's why I prefer the term definite atonement. The other reason is inherent biblicism. I think some people think that there are too many biblical texts that seem to speak against definite atonement. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. There is one mediator between God and people, the man Christ Jesus, who gave his life as a ransom for many, etc., etc. And so people think, well, there's too many biblical texts fly in the face of definite atonement. And again, I think that's because they think that one text sort of knocks the doctrine over or does away with it. But if you understand the doctrine as a biblico-systematic doctrine, then you see that no one text proves it and no one text disproves it. And the other reason I think people are put off definite atonement is they think that if they believe in it, it becomes a deterrent to evangelism and mission. That if Christ didn't die for everyone, then how can I go and evangelize and preach the gospel indiscriminately to everyone? And I think those are reasons why people are put off it. But I think if we accurately define definite atonement, if we give it its proper terminology, if we see it as a biblico-systematic doctrine, and if we see that actually definite atonement doesn't hinder evangelism, it motivates us to evangelism, then those can be helpful things for people to embrace the doctrine.